This is Lynna from uAspire. I am a financial aid / college affordability advisor. Today, we'll be talking about financial aid and how to pay for college. Before we get started, I want to tell you about this kid called Timmy. He doesn't look like it, but he is really into sneakers. He's a huge sneakerhead. And right now, he has his eyes on this pair of sneakers. The sad thing about it is that they're really, really expensive. He does have savings, but once he cracked open his piggy bank, he saw just a bunch of ones, and he knows he does not have enough money to pay for the shoes. But he doesn't want to give up. He desperately wants these shoes, and since he doesn't have the money, he thought he would ask around. He texts people, he sends emails, he goes door to door, and he hears back from 3 people. First is his grandpa, and his grandpa said that he will give Timmy the money as an early birthday present. That's not enough still. Luckily, he hears from his best friend as well. And his best friend said that he will loan Timmy the money, but Timmy has to promise to pay the money back. Still, not enough money. Then he hears back from his neighbor, and she says that she will let Timmy earn the money by working at her ice cream shop. And so with savings and money from these other sources, he is finally able to buy the sneakers. Yay. So why am I talking about sneakers? Why am I talking about Timmy? Well, it's because paying for college works in a very similar way. You and your family might not have enough savings to cover the college costs because college is very expensive. And because of that, you might need money from outside sources. So ways to pay for college include savings, and most likely will include getting money from outside sources. There are 3 categories of money that you can get from outside sources. First is money that is given to you for free to pay for college, and that is something called grants and scholarships. The second category is money that you borrow and have to pay back, and that is loans. And the third category is money that you earn by working in order to pay for college, and that is called work study. All these types of money fall under something called financial aid. So grants, scholarships, loans, and work study are all financial aid. Financial aid is an umbrella term for money that you apply for in order to cover college costs. So unlike Timmy, who had to call and email individuals in order to get the money, lucky for you, there are financial aid applications. So you don't have to apply for each source individually. There are 3 main applications. You might have to submit 1 to 2 applications. This depends on your residency status, and it also depends on the type of college that you're applying to. But by submitting 1 to 2 of these applications, you can apply for financial aid from various sources like the state government, the federal government, and from colleges that you're applying to. This is not all of the sources of financial aid, but the major ones. These applications will open October 1st of senior year. And that feels like a really long time from now, but there are ways for you to prepare junior year as well. First thing you could do is let your parents know that you will be needing their information. Some parents do not know that this is necessary and may be hesitant because of the type of sensitive information that is asked of in these applications. So just let them know in advance so they could get used to the idea. One misconception that is tied to this hesitancy is some parents and also many students think that if a student is 18 years old, then they will no longer need parental information to apply for things. and apply for financial aid. That is not the case. 18-year-olds will still need to fill out application with parental information. Based on age, you will need to be 24, at least 24, in order to be considered independent for the sake of applying for financial aid. There are exceptions, and some students will not need parental information. The most common reasons for this is if a student has a legal guardian, court-ordered legal guardian. Some students who were in foster care or are in foster care are also exempt from submitting parental information. An unaccompanied youth who is homeless or at risk of being homeless may also be exempt from providing parental information. Most students who are listening to this presentation will be required to provide parental information. Another way you can prepare is to make sure that you and your parents have filed taxes if they or you worked. This is recommended even for those who are not legally required to file taxes. And another thing is that undocumented parents will also need to file taxes. The taxes that are required for that application is called prior year taxes. And an example of what that means is that if you're graduating in 2022, then the taxes that you will be using to apply for financial aid senior year will be 2020. So the year you're graduating minus 2. That's the year of taxes that you will need. A third way to prepare is to keep your grades up and to make up for classes if you need to. Even though not all financial aid will consider your grades, one of the big grants that California students can receive is called the Cal Grant, and they will look at your GPA, specifically your 10th and 11th grade GPA. You will need at least a 2.0 GPA, but a 3.0 GPA will increase your chances of being eligible. So that is the content of the presentation, but I would like to check your memory to see if you were able to understand the information that was given. There is no score, but you can get some bragging rights. Here's the first question. What is financial aid? A, money you saved up in order to pay for college, or B, the money that you apply for in order to pay for college? The answer is B, the money you apply for in order to pay for college. Second question, how many categories of financial aid are there? A, 3, or B, 4? The answer is A, 3. So that includes money that you're given for free, money that you borrow, and money that you work for. True or false? If you're 18, you do not need your parents' information to apply for financial aid. A, true, or B, false? The answer is B, false. Until you are 24, based on age, you will still be required to include parental information in your application. Fourth question, if you're graduating high school in 2024, which tax do you need? The hint is prior year. A, 2022, or B, 2023? And the answer is A, 2022. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for sitting through this presentation. And here's a present for you. This is Timmy in his new sneakers. The reason why they're so expensive is because they turn people into huskies. Don't question it too much. Anyways, last but not least, if you want to join uAspire and receive support from me senior year, please do fill out a form. You get that form by scanning this QR code or using the link below. I hope to work with you and hear from you next year. Thanks again.